All right, I'm back for Dust TS's ongoing coverage of Fragadelphia X Block 2025. I'm with Peeping from Nouns Esports, who we just so happened to run into during the grand finals. So to start, what's your assessment of the grand finals going so far? Who's had the edge?
Marsborn has been looking pretty strong. They've been playing really good CS recently, but obviously I'm friends with Snab, so I hope Boss or Blue Jays or whatever they're called to win over Marsborn.
And what did you think about his move to Boss and then to Blue Jays? Obviously, he was someone you worked with for a long time who almost in a way sort of brought you up in the scene. What do you think about him taking this next step in his career?
I think it's a good step away from the Timberman name because the Timberman name is kind of like plagued is the word, but it's just unfortunate seeing him depart from Dare and Shane, who were the Timberman core. They're all super good teammates, and I loved playing with all of them. They're all great players, and I'm excited for Snap to be moved on to bigger and better things.
We actually did see something quite crazy happen there in the map 4, which just finished when we started recording. They had a tech pause right during round, I believe, 22. You've had your multiple experiences on local lands and international lands. I'm sure you've seen your fair share of tech pauses. What's that like for a player and for a team in such a pivotal moment to have to shut everything down for a tech pause?
It's honestly really annoying and frustrating because it can kill momentum and it can it gets in your head kind of while you're playing the game. I don't really know how else to explain it. It just kind of messes with your mind.
Now let's focus on what's been going on with Nouns recently. So unfortunately, we saw that the Nouns proposal, the second one for the male team, just failed. Were you guys surprised it failed, or were you already getting ready for that contingency?
I wouldn't use the word surprised we were failed. We were just kind of, I guess, I don't know how to explain it. We weren't really surprised, but we weren't not surprised. The feedback was a lot better on this proposal, and honestly, we hope to rewrite the proposal in a way that will make us more favorable in the Nouncil, because that was the main reason we lost. We got a lot of more positive feedback. It was 96 to 40-ish, I think. The 40 votes that we lost was mainly due to the Nouncil, but once again, we're trying to better ourselves and better the brand. We're still going to represent them, and we're still going to show our support towards Nouns. They still support us posting on the Nouns UG Twitter, and it's I've only heard good things about them, so I'm hoping I can work with them.
Is that in any way frustrating for you guys to, traditionally when you're with an org, the only person you really have to please is your manager and maybe the manager's boss. But beyond that, it's kind of your goals are clear as a team. We win matches, we do good at tournaments, we do social media and stuff. But it seems like there's a lot more levers you have to pull to get the approval of Nouns, and there's a lot more people you have to please. Is that frustrating for you guys at all?
It's definitely frustrating because each person is their own person. We can only please, we may please one person, the other person may not like how that is. And it's a lot different because, like you said before, we load into the game, we play the game, we do our job, we practice, but now we have to make more of a connection with these people. We have to talk with these people. We have to build bonds between us. And it's just it's a different approach to an org, and it's a learning curve.
Talking about other recent Nouns news, we did see Infinite step down recently for personal circumstances, and it came, unfortunately, right around the time the proposal failed. In his place, you've recently been spotted using Clasia in events outside of ECL. What's up with that? Is he someone you're looking to bring in permanently to replace Infinite?
Yeah, most definitely. He's a really good player. I mean, he's had his attitude issues in the past, but he's been nothing but a great teammate. I don't even see how he had attitude issues in the past, honestly. He's been nothing but great.
You mentioned, he's had attitude issues in the past, and even though you personally haven't seen it, I think we can kind of infer logically there's something there, considering, he's lots of teams, doesn't stay there that long, you know what I'm talking about. So, but with that, how has he been on this new team? Do you think he's seriously committed to finally, try to make something out of his immense talent?
Yeah, he's been a great teammate. I haven't even heard him raise his voice once while we're playing. He's been nothing but positive. I don't know, it's been so much fun playing with him.
And then finally for you, we have the, not the RMR, the MRQ coming up real soon, which is going to be the online qualifier for the Austin Major. It's looking like Nouns is pretty good to get an invite to that. How are you feeling about the team's prospects for that, considering you've had to make some roster changes recently?
We're pretty confident. Obviously, our lack of practice right now, it's showing when we're playing other teams, like in the IEM Dallas qualifier when we played against NRG. Definitely, if we had some more practice on this too, I feel like we could have easily 2-0'd them. But going into it, I'd say we're pretty confident because we're going to have that practice we have like, I don't know when it is, but we have a good amount of time to practice.
Do you think the fact that you're not funded and might not be able to do like a boot camp or something more, traditional that teams would do to prep for it is going to play a role at all?
I think it definitely will play a role. Boot camping is pretty important. You learn how to counter certain things and play against other teams that are obviously better than the teams that we are currently playing in North America. But I'm hoping it passes to get the boot camp, but if we don't, we'll just move on and continue playing.
And then one more thing, actually. So we did see, this new Nouns roster get assembled, with mostly new pieces. Big one is, Cryptic taking over the helm of IGL over, Rush and previously Carson. What's it been like working with Cryptic and especially working with, him and Adren as well?
Playing with him is really fun. He's a really great teammate. Once again, I've never even heard him raise his voice or get mad or anything like that. He's a really good IGL. He always kind of puts the team before himself. Like he'll run out and die for you. It doesn't matter to him. He has a different play style of the game. I don't really know how to explain. He's a really aggressive player, so that's the type of play style we play, and it's really fun playing under him.
All right, that is Peeping from Nouns Esports, here to enjoy some frag, but then he's going to get back to work and hopefully make it to the major. Thank you so much for your time.